Hi, my name is Gary Bobileff. I'm from San Diego. I'm the restorer of the car right behind me. It's a 1967 Lamborghini Miura, chassis number 1006. This car was the seventh car produced, and the early cars are known as the prototipo cars or prototypes. So they built approximately 20 of the prototype cars. Again, this is number 7, and every car is different. There are nuances, minor nuances, but as a restorer, I jump up and down when I find something different car to car to car. Every car was built a little bit differently because they're still trying to figure out how do we build the cars most effectively, efficiently, what is the best methodology in order to construct these cars. So you find all these nuances, all these differences, and it was also the beginning of the Miura series, so anything that was on the shelf that was needed, they just grabbed, not necessarily parts that were destined to go into a Miura, but things that fit, so they used them. As an example, all the production Miuras ran front fog lamps made by a company called Carello in Italy, and they were all amber in color. Well, this runs the French Marchal lamps because they didn't apparently have the Carellos at the time, which then was supplied to all the later production Miuras. So it's little details like that that make the cars unique. And every car, like I say, is a little bit different. This car is the original color, and it's called Miura Rosso, which is Miura Red. Actually, it's orange, but that's what they called it. And we tried to restore it so everything is as authentic as possible. Very fast cars, fun to drive. They have their shortcomings. They have all kinds of problems. Miuras are known for fires because the way the carburetors are placed directly on top of the spark plugs, if the carburetors flood over, it then drips on the spark plugs, catches fire. That's typical. It just has to be real handy and real quick with a fire extinguisher in the event that happens. And the likelihood's strong. It potentially could happen, as it does to most owners that drive a Miura. But be that as it may, they're still such an iconic car. They've got a 12-cylinder that sits sideways, which was unheard of, and it's a common casting that Lamborghini used, engine, gearbox, differential. It's really so far ahead of its time, engineering-wise, design-wise, just an incredible car. The framework, the chassis of the car itself, is done in an aeronautical style. Lightning holes are punched in virtually every panel to reduce weight, still keeping the strength that's there. There were such unique features that you just did not find in cars of that era, nor do you even find them today. That's what makes the Miura so special. And considering the height, basically comes up to your belt line on your pants. I mean, it's extremely low. So one of the interesting things is during the course of the restoration, I'm discovering all these differences between the cars and seeing that we've restored 177 cars. We've restored more cars globally than anybody else on the planet. So we really have a pulse as to what's right and what's wrong and how these cars were assembled when they were new. Many of these items are not listed in factory documents. Factory documents, which I've seen many at Lamborghini itself, are very generalized and very vague. They'll have some specifics in there, but there's many things which are not addressed. So as a restorer, all I can do is just take pictures and prove what was there based upon location and mounting holes of what should have been there that are no longer there, that sort of thing, and then try and assess by restoring the cars authentically.